Good morning everyone, welcome to my video this morning. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's called a pop-up card. I'll just introduce myself first. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura where you can see all my cards that I do regularly through my workshops and classes. My Facebook group, which is a lovely big group, all my PDFs for all my YouTube videos go in the Files tab in there, and also I do live videos every Saturday where there's a PDF for those that go into the Files tab as well. All my videos are pinned to the Featured tab in the group, so you can go back and watch those at your leisure. That Facebook group is called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. You're welcome to join that group. If you do decide to join, just be sure that you answer the two questions that come up. One is why you wish to join the group, and also that you agree to the rules. If you don't see them on the device that you're on, if you're maybe on your phone and the questions don't come up, try joining through a different device like your iPad or PC. There are two questions that need to be answered, and you will be rejected if you don't answer the questions. But I will send you a little notification to say that you didn't answer them, so you can have another go. My YouTube channel, if you're watching today, it's called Creative Gems. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to do so. Give me the thumbs up, and we shall get started. As I mentioned, this is a top file pop-up block card. It's quite large. It's a 7x5 card, so you will need a bigger size envelope. It does stand up on its own. I've done a couple of samples here. I'm doing a different colour and theme today, so if you'll bear with me, I've got most of my pieces cut. I'll just put this aside so it's not in the road, and we shall get started. And as usual, I've given you an outline of all the pieces you will need. There's quite a few pieces in this, but once you've got them all cut, it doesn't take too long to assemble. And I'll show you the pieces as we go. I haven't done any of the scoring, but I've done a lot of the mats cut and ready to assemble. So we'll get going with that. So my base piece here, there's two base pieces actually. I'll get the other one here. The main base piece is 11 inches by 5 inches. That will be scored in half. And then the other piece that attaches to that to give you a card, a proper card to write inside. Lots of writing room in there. It measures 7.5 by 5 inches, and we'll be scoring that piece. The mats under my blocks, under all my pieces. This is this one here. Now this one here, I haven't put any mats. I've just done the DSP straight onto the card. This one here, I've done mats underneath. I'm doing mats again today. This one here, because I chose a 6x6 DSP, I realised that it wasn't going to fit at the back here. So I've just made a wider border around the edge. So you can use 6x6 if you wish. And I've done that inside. But today, I'm doing mats around them today, whereas this one had no mats. It's just a straight DSP. So if you do the straight DSP, you will just put the same size as what you would as if you're cutting mats. It'll be the same size using the DSP. But I've got both sizes here. So underneath the back piece is this one here. We'll get these pieces out. This mat here is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then the DSP that goes on the top, that's what I'm putting on there. It's 6.5 by 4.5. That's that one. We'll put that aside. The inside mat is which one is this one? Oh, this is at the back. Oh, not at the back, on the inside in here. So it's the same size as the other mat here, 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's the white piece that goes in there, and I've just decorated it with a couple of strips. So the inside basic white is same as that one, 6 1/2 by 4 1/2, and that's that one there. I'll just glue that down when we get to it. And the strips on that one are 4 1/2 by 1/2 inch, and there's 2 of those. You can do those whatever size you like. You could do them down this way if you like. You just measure the size that would fit on appropriate. The easel section mats, which are these 2 here, they're the same size. The mats I've done in pretty in pink. I'll show you the DSP in a minute that I'm using. They're 4 3/4 by 1 3/4, and there's 2 of those, and then the DSP on the top is 4 1/2 by 1 1/2, and there's 2 of those. That's that piece. The lower block, which is the bigger block, which is this one here down the bottom here, and I'll show you the scoring on that in a minute. The block itself will go, we've done those 2 pieces, I'll put them over that side. The lower block here, we'll do the 3 blocks, 1 2 3, is 5 1/2 by 3 1/4. That's that one there. And the mats are these 2 here. Yes, those 2. They're 3 inches by 1 3/4. That's that one there. And 3 inches by 1 1/4, which is the smaller one here. Oops, I've just dropped one. I'll get that one on the floor. Got it. That's the lower block. The DSP is 2 3/4 by 1 1/2, which is the bigger one, and 2 3/4 by 1. So that's all of the lower block. Where are we? The centre block, which is the second size one, it's 4 1/2 by 2 1/2. That's that one there. The mats, which are in, not that one, this one here, and this one, where am I? That one and this one. I'm missing one by the look of it. I'll fix that in a sec. Oh no, that's that one, sorry. We want these 2. 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. This is the mat, that's the mat in the pretty in pink, and 2 1/4 by 3/4, which is that one there. And then the DSP on the centre ones is 2 inches by 1 1/2 and 2 inches by 1/2. That's those 2 DSPs. That's on the centre one. We'll keep them all together. And then the top block, which is the smallest one, it's 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. That's that one. And the mat's 1 1/4 by 1 3/4. That's that one there. And this tiny one here, 1 1/4 by 3/8. Now you might need to just judge as you go with that one. The mat will be okay, but the DSP, it's really tiny, and it was hard to get a decent size. If you want to just do the DSP, then you won't find it as difficult, but it was such a tiny piece to do. This one here was 1 inch by 1 1/2, and this was 1 inch, and I did 1/4 inch, so it was at least a little bit smaller. And that's the top block. And then you just need some scrap white for your greetings and embellishments. I'll show you all those bits in a minute. I've got them prepared. So if you've got a screenshot of that, all those measurements will be in the description box of the video today, and the PDF will be in my Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group, so you can get all the instructions from there. And I also share the video in there, the link to the video, so that's all you will need. So we'll start with these 2, our main base, and I'll just make sure I'm getting the right sizes. This one here, we're going to score at 2 inches and 4 inches because we want to create this easel at the bottom here. So that will score down the bottom, doesn't matter which end you use. Score, don't cut. 2 inches, just move that down a little bit, and 4 inches. which is there. So it'll fold up that way and back down that way to form an easel. I'll burnish that in a minute. And then your other piece on the long side at 1/2 inch. So it doesn't matter which side, which end, it's at 1/2 inch. That's the 1/2 inch to join it to the other base piece to give you a proper full card, so it will stand up a bit better. So we'll fold and burnish those. I'll just get my bone folder, which I did get out somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, I've lost it. I shall just get another one out of the drawer. I know I got it out. Oh, there it is, over the other side. Found it. Sorry about that. So we'll burnish that one, and we'll burnish these. Just make sure they're nice and straight along the sides. Now this one here is going to get attached to that there. So I'm going to put a strip of tear and tape along that 1/2 inch edge there. When we find the end of it. So just one strip along. You could use your liquid glue here, but when it's on a box or a 3D project, I prefer to use tear and tape and not just normal liquid glue. Burnish that. I always burnish my tear and tape so it doesn't lift up. My pick tool. Take the backing off that. And this one here, just make sure you get it nice and straight. I found holding it this way and lining it up so it's just under the scroll, and make sure that that tab is underneath inside the card. It will be at the back so you won't notice it. Just gently line it up along that score line, like so. And that's the insert, that's how it will stand up nicely for you. So then we can assemble all our mats and pieces. I'll just do this inside piece first. You need to put all these on before, well, at least the inside one, before you put your blocks on. We'll put some glue on this one. I've chosen a few different patterns. Oh, I meant to show you the paper. I'll just get that out. Just finish gluing this down. These flowers, there's no direction on these. Just be careful if you do use directional paper that you get it up the right way. The paper I've chosen is out of this DSP pack, which is Unbounded Beauty. Very pretty pack. Lovely designs of paper in here. I've used quite a bit. I've got a couple of packs of it, so it's really nice, lovely colours, all in their new in colours, which is very pretty. So, and then we can glue this one into the inside, oh, not the inside, the front of the mat, front of the card. I should have my silicone mat out. I'm putting glue everywhere here. I have got a wipe here. Get that. We'll put that one down on here. Nice and even around the edges. Just remember, you can leave the mats off this if you want to just put DSP. It's a lot of extra pieces if you're doing your mats. And I'll put this one on the inside as well while we're here, because it's all done. You could stamp on the inside of this instead of using, I tend to, if I haven't, or if I don't want to stamp, or I can't think of something to put inside a flower or something, I will just use a couple of strips of the designer series paper that I've chosen. It's a nice way of decorating inside. It's a lot of writing space in this one, so you could fill it up with something else. Maybe put stamp some flowers around on the edges. I'll stick that one in there. Nice even border all the way around again. You could put your strips up and down that way as well. So that's the base part done. We can put our mats on our easel section at the bottom. These, I think, are a little bit directional, that there's leaves on them that go a certain way. Prep all your pieces first, get them all ready, and then assemble. I don't normally assemble anything until I've prepped everything first to make sure it's all going to fit into the correct spots. That one goes in there. They're both the same size, easy to cut, and that sits up like so. Very pretty card. This, if you don't want it as an easel, it's nice to sit it just flat like that. I'm going to put some other decoration in here, but it is nice just to sit it flat like that as a bench thing to sit at the front. Now our blocks, we'll score our blocks. We haven't done that yet. We've got 3 blocks, 3 different sizes, and there's a couple of bits of scoring. And I'll just get my the lower block, that's the bigger one. Just get my scorer out, and we want 1.5, 3.5 and 5. So we've got 1.5, just double check that, 1.5, 3.5, 5, 1.5, 3.5 and 5. I'll do all 3 of these at once. So that's the lower one, the middle one, or the center one, 1, 3 and 4. So I'll just flip that over my cuts that way. 1 inch, 3 inches and 4 inches. So you'll notice you've got this little 1/2 inch strip along the top. That's where your tear and tape's going to go. And then the top one, which is the tiny one, we've got 1/2 inch, which I'm going to do from that side, because it's easier when you've got a straight edge along the better part of your piece. 1/2 inch, and then you can flip it around and go to 2.5 and 3. So that'll be the top part of it. Fold and burnish all of those pieces. All your scoring and everything will be in the PDF for you as well. And then assembly instructions. If you prepare all your pieces, and then you can watch the video as you go to assemble to make sure you've got it in the right way. I'm just burnishing all of those, and then I'm going to decorate them first before I put them into the card, because it's easier to decorate pieces while they're nice and flat. So it will sit like this. So you've got the wider section down the bottom on each of them. So it will sit like that. Excuse me. And then the block will sit like that in your card. So it'll be shaped like that. Just have a mouthful of water. So this section here won't have DSP on. It will be on this one and this one. So the two center pieces, it will be your mats and your DSP. So those two to there. The same with this one, the smaller piece at the top. the bottom piece will be adhered to the card. So the two centre ones, which is this one, you'll see they'll line up with the pieces you've cut. And then this one here, that goes that way. So you've got your double score lines at the top of each, the ones that are closer together. So that one will go that way. It's in a different direction to the others, and that little one will sit in there. So we can adhere all those in. Once you get all these pieces together, it's easy. The fun part comes decorating. My big group, it was gone a little quiet there for a while, but I just put up a post to say, please share your cards and things. I'm sure everyone loves to see them. I got a great response. I do a live every Saturday morning where we do a simple fun fold. I put the measurements up through the week for everyone to cut their pieces. They don't know what they're making, but they do cut all their pieces ahead of time. And then I go nice and slow for everyone so they can keep up, and they make their card along with me. I just have all my bits assembled. I have a couple of sample cards that I've done previous. Keep getting a croaky voice. I do love my water, thank goodness. I think I do too much talking sometimes, that's why it goes so croaky. That one on there, and this tiny little one, you could cut a bigger piece and just keep cutting it down to the size that looks good on this. It's probably no particular size, to as long as it lines up with everything else. Just remember, if you've got directional paper, I chose non-directional for this, although that piece there looks as though it's the right way. So that's those three pieces on. The stamp sets I've got my greetings and things out of is this one here, and the leaves, which I've got all these little bits in here that I'm going to decorate with. They're all out of these two sets. It comes as a suite, Unbounded Love and Flowers of Beauty, and the suite comes with all of this paper. The embellishments, they're the 24, 26 in colour gems. And yes, I've chosen the whole suite to work with. So we'll get on to this one here. Now what we need is DSP, not DSP, tear and tape along there and down here. And I'm going to do all of that together. I'll just put the lid on my glue. So you will need a piece at the top of each of these, just above the score line there. And then I'm putting 3 strips on this bigger one down the bottom because it's a bit wider than the others. It's up to you. I do suggest you use tear and tape on these because glue, it probably gives you a bit of wiggle room, but as you'll see when I do it, it's not necessary once you get it straight. In saying that, I could always muck it up, but we'll see how we go. So you've got 1 and 3 on that one, probably 1, and I'll probably do 3 on this one as well. Just 1 at the top is sufficient, and I'll put 3 down here. It does get a bit of movement with these, closing and opening and shutting it. It will lie flat. I'll just put 2 on this one. It will lie flat to go into a 7x5 card. I was going to try scaling it down, but it was a lot of work. Plus you need to make the blocks coordinate with the size of your base, which meant the blocks would have been quite a bit smaller. although you could probably do them the same size and just make the base a bit smaller. I'll try that another day, see how it looks. But I don't mind the bigger card for a change. Now we shall just burnish all of those. I always burnish all my tear and tape so I know the backing is going to come off without pulling the sticky bit off as well. So we'll start with this bigger one, and as you see, it's going to sit here. So what we're going to do, hang on, we're going to open it out flat like this. It will line up just above that score line there, and even on both sides this way. And then I'm going to open that like that and stick it, and then when it lifts it will be attached to that section there. As you can see, that's how you want it. You want it attached to this middle easel section here. So we can pull that piece. We'll do the one piece at a time. Take the 3 off those. Lay it in here. Nice, just above that score line so it doesn't catch on the score line. Eyeball it each side to get it nice and even. Make it straight up there. I've got a bird outside my window. Can you hear it? I can. And then pull this up. He's just outside. It's starting to rain, so he's probably trying to get in out of the rain. Now he's going to annoy my video. So that's like that. And as you'll see, when it stands up, it's in the correct spot. And then this one here, it's going to go, we'll open this out again, or we can fold that under. This one here, I'm going to take the back off this one. What an annoying video, annoying bird. And this one here, we're just going to fold it under and drop it down flat there. And that's how it sits up, all nice and even for you. That's that one. Then the middle one, he's still going to go, he's still going to stay there. I won't do that top one just yet. Now this one here, you will line up with that previous one there. As you can see here, it's going to sit on the top of that previous block. So that one will line up there. We'll pull this up, just make sure it's not catching on that. Pull that up like that. Give it a good press. As you can see, you don't need wiggle room on these once you get them lined up. This one here, we'll take the top off. I love birds, but not when they're in my video. Now this one here, it'll go down, lay it out flat this way, and then just drop it down, like so. And then when you pull it up, it sits up like so. And then the third one, make sure we've got it up the right way. Take the bottom off, line it up at the top of that one there, in the centre. Pull this up. Should get my husband to go and chase it away, but I don't mind birds. He's trying to get out of the rain, I think. Take the top off that, fold it down flat, pull that top one under and just pop it down. If you wanted to make this as a cake, which is these ones here are presents and the other one's just nothing, but if you wanted to make it as a cake, you've got room up here. You could make this one smaller and put candles out the top, or candles on the front. It's up to you which way you do it. So that's the 3 standing up that way, all nice and even. And as you can see, you can just let this lie flat at the bottom. it will stand up by itself. And my decorations, which I've just pre-cut for you so we can save a bit of time. First time I've done a video where I've had a bird chirping all the way through. Now I can't remember where I'm putting these, but we'll work it out. I think that one was there, and this smaller one was at the top. And then I've just got a heap of flowers to scatter around. I've already stuck some of the flowers. I'll show you these flowers, and they're so cute. You get a strip of 8. There's a backing one and then a top little one that's got they've got the little holes in them, so you can line them up. Cuts 8 at a time, which is lovely, and that's what I've used. And then the frames for the greetings. All the greetings are out of this set, and then I've used some of these frames out of that as well. So I'm going to put, I can put them all up on dimensionals, because when it lies flat, as you can see this way, it's not going to impede on anything, so long as you keep this one up a little bit so it's not going to sit under there. But putting them up on dimensionals is fine. It makes it a little bit thicker, but that's okay. It's going to be extra postages already with the size of it. Just put these on here. Sounds like it's gone away. Gave me something to chat on about. This one down the bottom, just going to centre it in the middle. Just pull that up a bit. That one in there. I've got some embellishments. I've put the little tiny gems in the centre of the flowers already, but I might put some more around. I'll see where I'm going to put them. This one here I'm going to pop up as well. I do like a few embellishments so that it sits up nicely. You go to all the trouble of making a nice card. You want to finish it off nicely. That one in the middle. Just try and centre it a fair bit. I love this petunia pop colour. It's really pretty. And all the colours go nicely together. The pinks and the greens and the blues. And the peachy colour here. Peach pie, I think it's called. They all go nicely together. I think it's the nicest set of colours we've had for quite a while, for a few years. I wasn't too fussed on last year's or the ones that retired just now, the year before. So that's those 3, and we'll just pop some of these little flowers up the top. I haven't put the embellishments on these yet, but I'm going to use them all because I want to decorate it. And I'm just going to use a little glue dot to put them on with. You could just use your liquid glue. But I know glue dots work well. Put a couple up there to fill that top one. I did cut extras of these. Just have a look and see where down the bottom here, and one right up the top. I'm not sure, I don't think I'll put one up there, it's a bit too wide. I'll put some on here. I'm not sure if I will use them all, that's quite a few. I did cut extras besides the strip. And I can put some over that side. Why not? Because I can. Just trying to not line it up. I don't often line stuff up too well. I like to scatter it. Put this one over up here. I think that will do. I've got one more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have to have an odd one. I'll put it somewhere. Probably up here. That will do. And just pop a few more embellishments on those. I've chosen the Petunia Pop, which is a really light colour compared to the actual colour of the cardstock. But the Pretty in Pink is a soft pink one. I've got a couple of packs of these, so I've been using quite a few. Couple more. Pretty full. I'm sure I'll find someone lovely to give it to for their birthday. So that is my card complete. Got no bits left over, so that's how it looks at the front. Open it up and we've got that inside and it sits up. You can put it up like that. I found sitting it up like that, it didn't sit as well. I liked it sitting out flat like that, so it's up to you how you want to sit it, but that's the side view and that's the card. And then we have that one which has got the mats as well, and the blue one which has got no mats. So up to you which way you want to do them. I'll lie them all down flat so you can see. That's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed that. It's not too difficult to do. A bit of scoring, not a lot of cutting. Well, a lot of cutting for your pieces, but not within the card itself. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget, if you wish to subscribe to my channel, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and love you to join my tips and tutorials group as well. I'll talk to you all again next week. Have a lovely week. Bye for now.